Hey everybody, Jeff Simon here from SocialFlight, and today I want to talk about inspection panels on our Titan T-51D Mustang. Now, inspection panels in any aircraft are a necessary evil. We need a way to get in and inspect, adjust, reach certain things that we need to do. In the case of our Mustang, in the tail, we need the ability of being able to add or remove install the elevators, the horizontal stabilizer, etc., and then also inspect the linkages and work with those. Now, when you put in a hole essentially in the aircraft, and then that's meant for an inspection cover, it's very important to reinforce the area and the perimeter around that hole and not lose the structural integrity of that. The way that that's done is that a doubler is put in place. If we look at this square area that I've got right here for this inspection, this is the doubler that actually goes in here that reinforces it. And the rule is generally the same width, thickness of the metal that you're actually removing in here as your doubler in that area. And that allows the loads to go around the hole and keep the integrity of the structure in place there. Now, once you do that, you have that in place, and then you can actually take the cover. So first you install the doubler. The doubler itself gets riveted into place, and you make sure that you do that in accordance with AC 4313 guidelines, which is the FAA's guidelines to let you know what the rivet spacing should be to maintain that structural integrity. And then you actually put nut plates on, and that allows you to have a removable cover that allows that access. Now, when you do that, inevitably what then happens is the hole that you wind up with is the hole inside the doubler that allows for the overlap and allows for the nut plates and screws, etc., that actually attach and remove it. So at the end of the day, the hole that you're left with for access is quite a bit smaller than the hole that you've got here. If I go and I put this kind of over, you can actually see it's a lot smaller than what the original hole was. Now, in some rare situations where you do not have much going on for a load on the skin around an area, then you do have another option. And that's something that we're using here in this particular location on the tail. In this case, our Mustang has a steel frame structure that's underneath it. We've seen that in many previous videos. And the steel in the tail goes up and around all of this, and therefore the actual skin in this box is not under a lot of stress. So we talked with John over at Titan about different methods and what kind of strain was involved here. And at the end of the day, it's very, very low in terms of what the strain is. So we have a different option that allows us to preserve the size of the hole here in this unique situation. And that is to actually attach the doubler directly to the cover plate itself to make the riveting there instead of the doubler so that you have one piece, and then to make the nut plates and the screws go around the perimeter. So essentially when this is off, you do not have a doubler around it, but when it's secured into place, that's when the doubler is in place. I want to emphasize again that this is only something you can do in very low stress areas of the skin, because you're not reinforcing the skin where you're cutting a hole, and that's very important. It does give you some strength when everything is in place. So that's what we did here. Essentially, it's a reverse cover plate. So we've got the doubler on one already attached to this side, and then we use kind of an interesting trick here. I've got this little suction cup ram thing, which you can get kind of anywhere. All I have to do is just stick and give it a little bit of a twist, and now I've got a handhold that I can go in, put this in place, pull it into position, and then screw in the screws all around it. Give a quick twist, comes off, and super easy in order to deal with that. So just a quick tip, in certain situations you may be able to use this technique. You'll probably want more nut plates going around that perimeter just to make sure that you actually do have enough structural integrity when it's there. But it's a trick to get yourself a little bit more room in areas of low stress. Until next time, I'm Jeff Simon for SocialFlight. Be sure to check out SocialFlight.com and the free apps for Apple and Android devices. We have tens of thousands of aviation events and destinations, our Fly to Win Challenge, where we're always giving away prizes, and of course, every Tuesday evening, we've got SocialFlight Live. So be sure to check all of that out. In addition, SocialFlight's FAA Learning Center is available. Just go to SocialFlight.com, click on FAA credits, and you can get credits for taking courses and watching videos having to do with wings, having to do with aviation maintenance technician awards programs, or if you are an A&P mechanic with inspection authorization, you can get the continuing education for your IA renewal for free right within SocialFlight. So be sure to check all of that out at SocialFlight.com. Until next time, I'm Jeff Simon for SocialFlight. Blue skies.